everybody. If you can hear me and see me okay, please give me a thumbs up on the chat, or you can just
On
put
the
a
chat,
smiley face on the
find the
chat.
chat and do a
And
thumbs
I
up.
can hear quite a few voices. So if your audio is on, please could you turn it off? I'm just going to check along everybody's line just to check your audio is off. There's normally a way for me to be able to turn off everybody's audio, but I wasn't able to today. I'm not quite sure why. So good morning, everybody. If it's your first time, most people today, it's you're a member of our English and Nature group, so it's not your first time. But I think we've got one or two people that couldn't join us last week and they've joined us today. So good morning to you. It is so nice to see you. Let's have a look in the chat. People are writing, hello, hello. We've got thumbs up. Brilliant. Everyone can see and hear me. That is wonderful on this bright, sunny Monday morning. But phew, thank goodness it is a bit less hot than it was last Monday. However, I think later on in the week, it's going to get very hot and sweaty, which we're going to talk a little bit about in a moment. But before we do, I'm going to share my screen with you. And let's see.
Press that
Oh,
one
I
again.
can hear somebody on again. Let me just check if I can unmute everyone. Just one moment. Unmute everybody, hopefully. Okay, brilliant. I'm going to share my screen with you. And let's get started. Of all the wonderful things that you have sent me, I've got record this class, you forgetful woman, because I always forget to record it. Now, each week, if you haven't already joined, we have a members page on Facebook. If you're on Facebook and you go to that link that I sent in email, you can send all your videos and photos to me, and then I can share them each week. So here we've got Jack, and Jack, I love what he sent me. He actually found some ants and he recorded this video. He said they were carrying something white that looked like fungus inside the log. There were hundreds of them. What do you think it might have been inside the log that looked white coloured? It might have been fungus because ants do carry fungus, but any other ideas? I think it might have been larva. Do you remember, or larvae, which is the baby ant eggs? Maybe they were carrying ant eggs. I also had some photos from Logan. Look, the melting. If you had a go at putting out different things to melt this week, can you write in the chat yes for me? That would be great. Logan used chocolate, cheese, a crayon, rubber, and Lego. And then, after a while in the sun, look what happened. They melted. But which one melted fastest? Can you see which one it was? Yes, it was. I think it looks like the cheese. And then maybe the chocolate after that. And then the crayon also melted. Goodness me, it must have been very hot for the crayon to melt. And then I also had some photos from Lark, who did some shadow drawing this week. And also, she put out lots of different things to see would they melt? Yes. Or would they not melt? No. If you had to go at that, then let's go back to the chat again. Out of cheese and chocolate, which one do you think melted fastest? Let's see. If you think it was cheese, can you put thumbs up for me? If you think it was cheese that would melt fastest, can I see in the chat? If you're not sure how to use the chat, that's fine. It's just on your side. You can just click on those three dots. Somebody put cheese. If you think it was chocolate, can you show me thumbs up? Chocolate. Yeah, a lot of people saying chocolate. Just going to turn off my picture. I can still hear a few people. Please, can you mute your audio and video for the rest of this class? And then I'll ask you when to turn it on. That will be brilliant. Adrian says chocolate, chocolate. Arthur and Nicole. Wonderful. Okay, so let's have a look at what we're going to be focusing on today. Starting with weather. So we talked a little bit about the heat and the sunshine, but I want to know what's your favourite type of weather? Get your boards, if you've got a whiteboard and a marker, or you've got a paper and a pencil. I want you to draw a picture. I'll stop that for a minute. What's your favourite type of weather? So I'm going to draw mine, and then at the end of the class, You get to show me your board. Everybody can show me their boards, and I get to see what your favorite type of weather is. I'm going to share again over here so you can also write it. Now, remember, in our classes, if you want to do writing, brilliant. If you want to just do the picture, that's fine as well. So we've got sunny, windy, snowy. We've got, let's have a look, icy.
Let's see here then.
We've got rainy weather. And, oh, gone too far. Sunny, snowy, windy, icy, and rainy weather. Draw a picture on your board. I'm going to show you mine. And then at the end, I want to see what yours is. Okay, here's mine. And I'm going to write the word as well. All of these ni words are adjectives, which just basically means describing words. So we've got the sun, which is the noun, the thing. And then to describe the day, it's sun-y. We have snow. And to describe it, we say snow-y. That's why they've all got the y at
Oh,
the
here.
end. Sun-y.
Hold on. Right.
Sun-y. Right then, let's just check that everybody's turned off their microphones, hopefully. Okay. Right, I'm going to share with you mine over here. Enzo and Rika, I'm just going to ask you to turn off your video like that. There we go. Sunny. My favourite weather is sunny weather. And the adjective is the E, the y, to show that it is describing word. Can you say that? Adjective. Adjective. It's just a really complicated way of saying describing words. Okay, I'm going to see at the end which is your favourite type of weather. Let's go back over here because we're going to be looking at my favourite, which is the hot weather. Some of you said rainy, sunny, snowy, windy, icy. But before we do, we've got something quite interesting to do. And I'll explain. You might think, Sarah, why are we doing exercise? It's English in nature. But I'll explain in a minute why. So if you can jump off your chair for a moment, we're going to practice doing star jumps. And a star jump is when you make your hands in a star shape and bring them back to a pencil. I say star, pencil, star, pencil. Can you do 20 of those? And afterwards, I'm going to explain why. I know you might think, if it's your first class, you might think, what is this woman getting me to do? Ready to do 20. Ready, steady, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Oh my goodness. Have you done it? If you managed to do 20 with me, or were you just watching Sarah thinking, she's crazy? If you did 20 jumps, would you write 20 in the chat so I can see? So I don't feel like I'm just crazy on my own. I'm going to write 20. Who did 20 star jumps with me? Well, guess what? I now feel, I can see lots of people in the chat saying, well done. Let's have a look. I can see, yes, brilliant. 20, 20, 20. I can see lots of people saying that they did 20 star jumps. And now I feel a little bit, what is it? Sweaty. Now, if you did not 20, but what if you did 20 plus 20? What number would that be, do you think? 20 and another 20? 40? Can you write the number 40? I know it's not a maths class, but let's give it a go. 40. You did 40 star jumps, you would be even more sweaty. But if you did 100, imagine if you did 100, how sweaty you would be. Now, the reason I'm showing that is because when we sweat, the water inside our bodies comes out of our skin, out of the pores on our skin. And maybe if you look into the mirror closely, you can see the pores. They're like little dots, you might not be able to see on Zoom. Little dots on your skin that release the water. But some animals, when it's really hot weather, they can't. They can't release this sweat. So I'm going to just show you, and in a minute you're going to hear a funny noise. Listen to the noise. Oh, by the way, I've just remembered that I didn't share one person's photo they sent me, and I'll go back and share that at the end, don't worry. Listen to this. Can you hear that sound? Hopefully you can hear the sound. I'll try it again. You can hear the sound? Can you show me thumbs up? Because I'm just going to check that it works. Let's try one more time. Can you hear the sound? If you can hear it, can you write in the chat what you think? What on earth is that? Well, it's an animal that can suffer in the heat, like this week that we're going to have really hot weather. And this animal has fur, and so it can't sweat like we can. It doesn't have the pores in its skin. It can't sweat. So instead, there we go. It's a dog. And dogs, they don't sweat the same way we do in hot weather. They can't. They pant. And panting is when they're breathing fast and their tongue is hanging out their mouth. And this helps to keep them cool. It's like a built-in fan. When their tongue hangs outside their mouth, their wetness on their tongue then moves the air over their tongue, and then it keeps it like a cycle, getting wet, then drying, then wet, then drying, and it helps to cool down their body like a fan. How many of you have a dog at home? If you have a dog, maybe they're going to be panting this week. Can you either write the word dog in the chat, or you can write the word dog on your board. Dog. I'm not going to write it for you. Maybe you can write it by yourself. Or you can write the name of your dog in the chat box as well. Let's have a look. Vinny and Penny said dog. Lexi and Wilfie, dog, dog, dog. Wonderful. Okay, let's go to another creature over here. So we've looked at dogs that suffer in hot weather. Now, let's have a look over here. There's another creature that can suffer when it's hot outside. Now, we looked at this creature before. Oh, just checking that you can see my face on here. Ooh. Ah. Sorry, technical hitch. Let me go back to my face. Just want to check that you can see me. Ah, brilliant. This creature, we covered this creature a couple of weeks ago. And I'll give you a clue. If you're in my class, you know that this creature has 5 eyes. 5 eyes. What creature do you think it is? You might have seen the picture already. Yeah. It is a bumblebee. Exactly. Or all types of bees, actually, because all bees do this, what I'm going to talk about now. So, how do bees keep cool? Interesting, hey? Just want to check why my face is not there. Hopefully you can see me. I want you to think about A, B, or C. Do bees keep cool with a fan? Zzz. Sounds a bit like a bee, could be. Do bees keep cool with an ice cream? Just one cornetto. Or do bees keep cool another way? Who thinks A in the chat, right? If you think it's A, fan, write A in the chat. If you think it's B, they have a nice ice cream. Or if you think it's C, a different way, you can write it in the chat. Let's have a look what people are saying. C, a different way. Okay, you are right. It is a different way. And as I was writing this lesson last week, I found it so fascinating. You know that I love bees. Love bees. Bees are my favourite creature because they're just so fascinating. And when I discovered this, I fell in love with them even more. Would you like to see how bees keep cool? If you do, can you say yes really loudly? Yes, brilliant. Okay, I'm going to show you how bees keep cool. So on Thursday and Friday this week in England, it's going to be so hot. And this is what bees will be doing in hives all around England. So watch very carefully. I'm going to go back to here and I've got a little video to share with you. Hopefully you'll be able to hear the sound. If you can't hear it, write it in the chat. Okay, how do bees keep cool? I'm hoping it's going to work. Let's go.
Open water and where it hive is well vented, the bees will do to soften in a row, something called fanning. And this is where a group of bees will line up.
I'm just going to check that you can hear me and you can see it, because sometimes I have to check the sound's working. Yes, it is. Excellent. Okay, let's carry on.
Up in a row at the entrance of the hive, and they'll fan their wings really, really hard. And the same happens inside the hive. When the bees are fanning, they face the entrance of the hive, lift their abdomens up in the air, and then they beat their wings furiously. And what this does is create a nice draft of cool air, which blasts into the hive, and it draws out the warm air, so it keeps the temperature cooler. But when it's really hot, that's where the water comes in. Worker bees will go out and collect droplets of water, and at the entrance of the hive, they pass the water to younger bees. It's these bees' job to take those droplets inside the hive and spread it thinly. Oh, hello. And spread it thinly over some of the empty cells in the honeycomb. They then fan the water really hard. This evaporates it and cools down the area. So clever.
Wow, how cool is that? So bees use two things. I wonder if you can remember which two things they are. I wonder if even on your board, if you don't want to write it, you could draw a picture. So I am going to write my first one, you can do it with me, which is called fanning. But I'm just going to write fan. Fan. Can you write fan? F-an. Fan. And if you wanted to draw a picture, you could draw a bumblebee, like this one. And this is my little bee fanning his wings, just like that. Fan! So they fan very quickly outside the hive to get the cold air outside and bring it inside, just like air conditioning. How amazing. And the other one, what was the other thing they use as well? Droplets of water. I wonder if you can write water, water. And I'm going to do some droplets just to show water, just like this. They collect water and then the water is inside the hive, and as they fan, it evaporates and cools it down. So would you, while you're doing your writing, I'm just going to show you something you can do at home which can help bees and other pollinators when they get overheated, especially this week. So let's have a look. Other pollinators are creatures like, well, I'll stop for a second actually. Let's think, which other creatures are pollinators? Which collect pollen? We know that bees do, definitely. Bees are pollinators. What else is a pollinator? Can you think of other creatures that collect pollen? What about this one? Flies. As they buzz around, they are actually distributing pollen around different plants. Bees, as we've said. And the last one, maybe you guessed it, is, yeah, butterflies. Great. I'm just going to check the chat to have a quick look at what you've been writing. Somebody, Lexi and Wilfie said butterfly. Well done, Manuela. Hummingbirds. Excellent. Excellent. Somebody said they could hear but not see. Oh, hopefully you were able to see the video. Hopefully. So I want you to be able to help pollinators this week, especially on Thursday and Friday. Today's Monday, but in a few days' time, whew, it's going to get really hot. So I've got something really cool you can do. All you need is a bowl, just an ordinary bowl. I'm using my daughter's Peppa Pig bowl. And in the bowl, you can collect and put inside different stones and rocks, just like this. You can collect them outside, maybe at a park or in a wood or near a stream, and then you can put them in your bowl. And then all you need is some water. I have to be careful here because I've done lots of science experiments in front of this computer, and I'm just waiting for one day when I splash water onto my laptop and then suddenly it disappears. So I'm going to pour my water in. Try not to get it on my laptop. Yay. I'll fold it down like this so you can see, hopefully. Ta-da! There's my water. It's like a tiny little stony bath. And if you've got a garden, wonderful, you can put it anywhere in your garden. If you don't have a garden, you could put it outside your front door or balcony or any kind of area where it can just basically stay outside. So I'm going to share with you why do you think that would be good for pollinators? Well, let me go to this screen again. Okay, so the bees actually, they need something to stand on, or the pollinators. They need a hard and wet surface to stand on in order to extract the water. Can you imagine if it was just a pond or just a lake? What might happen, do you think? If there were no stones in here, what do you think might happen? Yes, maybe, some people are writing in the chat, maybe the bee would, yeah, they could drown. It's not very safe for them or for the butterflies. They could get their wings stuck. Whereas if they've got a stone to stand on, they can extract tiny parts of water. So you can make this at home this week. Okay, I've got now, the time is ticking away. We're going to do a treasure hunt. Now, if you've not been in my class before, every week we go and find something special. It might be a colour or a letter in your house. You've got 10 seconds to go and find something. And today's treasure hunt is something that keeps you cool. What keeps you cool? I'm going to show these things really quickly. So Sarah says, put your looking eyes on. Get your looking eyes ready. Are they ready? Steady. Quick, 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 quick. Okay, you've got 10 seconds to go and find as many things in your house that keep you cool as possible. And when you come back to the screen, I'm going to ask you to put your videos on. Don't put them on yet. And you can show me what you've got, and I'll show you what I've got. So are you ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Go and get as many things that keep you cool as possible. Bring them to the screen. And then we'll have a look in a minute at your videos. 3, 2, 1. And 0. Hello, everybody. Hi. Right, if you could put your videos on, please whack them on right now. I'm just going to see if I can change my view to gallery view. Amazing. I hope you like I think you might have seen these already, my Paw Patrol glasses. Some of you are like, oh, that is so young for me. I'm way past Paw Patrol, but my daughter still loves them. And I've got my water bottle. Got my sun hat. Oh, wow, you guys look so cool. Love it. Can we do cheers? If you've got a drink, let's go cheers. Cheers. Cheers, my dears. I love your hats, guys. Those are awesome. Okay, you look like you're ready for Thursday and Friday when it's going to be really hot. Good job. Okay, then, I would like, let's just see a few more. I'm going to ask you to turn your videos off, but at the end, we're going to put them back on again. All right, so don't worry. I'm going to see you again with your boards in a minute. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. Let's go back over here. Okay, so I did say, I'm going to have to take these glasses off because I can't see anything with them on. I did say at the beginning of the class that I forgot to show somebody's photo. So I'm just going to really quickly go back because I feel terrible that I didn't include. Let me just check whose photo I forgot. There was Jack, there was Logan, and, oh, Lark. I think I actually did have everybody. Jack, Logan, and Lark. Maybe I did. Sorry, I'm going mad. That's okay. Let's get back with it, shall we? Are you ready to do some nature challenges this week? One of your challenges is to make your own pollinator. I'm not going to call it a bath. I'm actually going to call it something else. I've got a different name and I'll share that with you in a second. So we'll go back over here, all the way over here. I'm going to share a little bit with you about plants and then I'm going to show you some more cool things that you can do this week. So other plants, as you can see here, they are like blinds. When you close the blind, maybe you've got blinds in your house or you've been to somewhere where you can see they turn the blinds and it closes out all the light, just like this. Goodbye. Now I'm back again. Some plants, just like dandelions, they curl their leaves in when it's really hot and it helps to keep the water inside of the plants, just like when the blinds close and keep out the light. So if you go around this week and you see some dandelions or clover, which is the small plant you get on grass, if it's curled in, that means that it's reserving all its water. It's keeping its water inside. Okay, let's have another look also at another plant. Now, this is very cool. If you're a parent, maybe you're not as daft as me, but when I see grass like this, what do you think? What word do you think, children and parents? Do you think this is nice grass? I've been seeing lots of grass like this. Oh, Manuela said you didn't show my photo. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh dear. Okay. I will go and see if I can find it. Otherwise, I will absolutely 100% show it next week. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, so when it's been really hot and dry, the grass turns yellow, and I look at that and think, ugh, yuck, it's dead. Yeah, Jess says it's dry and it's dead. It looks like, I don't know, just looks really depressing, a bit sad. But guess what? It's just resting. I didn't realise that grass rested. I thought it died and then new grass grew back. But actually, when you see yellow grass like this week, it's just sleeping to save its energy. But I need you now to get your watering cans. Just pretend you've got a watering can in your hand. And in a minute, I want you to go, I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, pour. Okay? Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, pour. Just wait a second and we'll see what happens when it rains or when you've got sprinkler and water going on the grass. Let's have a quick look over here. Okay. 3, 2, 1, pour. Wow! Amazing! The grass has turned green again, and I never knew that. So when it rains and there's lots of rain or there's a sprinkler system, the grass basically comes back to life. It was never dead in the first place. It was just resting. And when the water comes, the colour comes back in and it starts growing all over again. How cool is that? I didn't realise that before. So let's have a look at some nature challenges. This is what I'm going to call it. I'm not calling it a bath because your bees are not going to go for like having a wash and having a shower in there. They're using it to drink. So I'm going to call it a cool down station. You can make a cool down station. These are all the things you need. I've already explained it. You can put it in the shade, maybe, rather than just anywhere, and then you can check it each day, see if it needs topping up. Because
the camera is not working in the other. Sorry.
Okay, let's go to the next thing you can do. This is a really cool experiment. So I'm just reminding parents, this is your reminder because I'm going to have to do this today as well. Go and put some things in the freezer today or tomorrow so that on Thursday and Friday it's ready. Ice cubes are amazing, or you could try this, which is what Grace and I are going to be trying this week. You can do an ice cube tower when you have lots of ice cubes, making ice cube towers in the garden, or if it's really hot, you can even get a tray and make ice cube towers indoors. But what the best thing that I did last summer with Grace is making ice balloons. Who would like to make ice balloons this week? Put in the chat yes. If you want to try ice balloon, I'm going to put balloon. Yeah. All you need to do is get your parents to put a balloon over the tap, fill it with water, and then you're going to put your balloon in the freezer. I would say normally 2 days. So if you do it today and you remember, it's going to be perfect for the end of the week. And you can put food colouring in as well. Last year, Grace and I put glitter in the water, and then you're going to freeze them. And then when you take them out of the freezer, you can just cut the balloon away and you have some really cool things to play with. It's lots of people are saying, yeah, balloons. Wonderful. If you make your own cooling station, or if you do ice balloons, please send me the photos and I will show them next week. Now, Manuela, I'm so sorry that I didn't show yours this week. I promise I will go and find it and I'll put it in the presentation right now and I will show it next Monday. Okay, we are going to go in a moment. Let me just check. Oh, one more thing that I wanted to say is screens on. And as you're putting your screens on to show me your boards and all your amazing work, I just want to share with the parents that we have got a parents meeting on Friday, this Friday at 8:30 p.m. If you want to come along, we're just going to be talking about summer and plans for the summer and home education in general, just having a good chat. Lily, hello! Logan, Esme, Zoe, Winnie, I can't see everybody's names, not everyone's got them. Azalea, wow, Harriet, Arthur, Nicole, fantastic. I love 20 star jumps. Sunny, someone likes snow. Jack and Stanley like snow. Fantastic. If you make your ice cube towers this week, please will you send me a photo? Show me a thumbs up. Or if you do ice balloons. Wonderful. Okay, after 3, I'm going to shout goodbye and I want you to shout really loudly. I'm here in Shropshire. Maybe I will hear you if you shout loud enough. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Goodbye.
Bye.
Oh my goodness.